Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we're looking at The Walking Dead Surrounded. Now this is designed by Jason Tagmeyer. He is the founder of ButtonShy Games, named because he started doing a button company initially and chose to keep the license. I think about $45 for it. Now Surrounded is the base game. We also have Under Siege, so that's The Walking Dead Surrounded Under Siege. That is being talked about in a separate video because there's a separate entry for it. There are some extra cards that we're going to be playing with. So for this particular game, you are playing with 18 cards in Surrounded. It's a 1 to 4 player game. I will say at this point, I do recommend playing it probably best solo, but although playing it 2 and even as a 3 isn't too bad, but just be aware that there's no agency, all information is visible. So you always start on this side of the game, on this side of the deck, which is having the locations on them. If you see anything which does not have a location, make sure you flip it to the other side. The other side is known as having occupants. So you can see we have occupants, we have walkers, aka zombies, we have survivors, and we have leaders. So the leaders are a type of survivor. Aim of the game is to get the most points, which we'll do once the deck runs out. So first up we see this card. This happens to have a walker on it. This means we cannot flip the card over. It's currently occupied, so we must bring it out. It's called Surrounded because if you surround it on all by sides, you'll get yourself gasoline. So in this case, you'll get yourself 1 point for surrounding it because you've got gasoline there. Plus, you'll get gasoline as well, which there are various scenarios in here. Scenarios are good because it allows you to do various other things too. But in this game, I'm not talking about scenarios. It's an extra thing you can be doing too. So we're playing out this card. I'll move this out of the way. It moves out of the way. This can sprawl, especially in the expansion, but I'll come back onto that in the other video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to learn about mercenaries and those other locations. It's a farm as well. 2 minus points if this location is overrun. So this happens to be a location. Because we play a location, we spawn a walker, and a walker must come out if it can in a valid place. So in this case, here or here. For now, I have no idea. Let's just put it here and now reveal the next card. In this case, we have this one. This location is going to get us 3 points if it's surrounded on all sides. It's the playground. Leaders lose their leadership here and become survivors. So leaders are good because you'll get 1 point if you see a leader symbol out, plus another point for every other card which happens to be a survivor. So you can never have a location next to location, so you're going to make this like checker grid pattern. So this can come out too, but remember, we'll have to spawn a zombie, a walker. So leaders lose their leadership here. Well, it's fine, there's no leadership there for now. So now let's spawn another one. In this case, it's got to come out. As you can see, it's just about still staying in shot. And as it's over this direction, I think we'll move this back into shot 2. You may have watched this as a short. Of course, you are watching the full video over on YouTube. You might be watching elsewhere, but please do comment on YouTube. It is best because it does get shared, so please do share as well. Here we've got another one. We cannot flip it, so we have Wiltshire Estates. Again, you might recognise this from the comics or maybe the TV show, etc. Minus 3 points if it's overrun. It's overrun if you happen to have more X symbols than you have survivors. They basically cancel each other out. Like it's eaten and they, I don't know, mutually coalesce. So in this case, we could bring this out, but that does not look a good place. This looks like a good place though, because we happen to have 2 survivors. But remember, we still have a walker here too. So there's 3 different things to talk about. We have burn. So in this case, we have something which triggers because they're next to it. We don't have to trigger it. But burn means you can return any card from the map to the top or bottom of the deck. And that's going to be location side up. So we could return a card. We could get rid of this card. Now I have double checked the rules and I couldn't see anywhere where something whereby it could break up. Somebody else who also owns this game says, oh no, I don't think you can break up the grid. I haven't spotted that, but just in case I get some flack for it, I'm not going to choose to trigger burn on this occasion, but I think that could be a good card to lose because of obviously this is currently overrun as it's got 3 things against it. So next card comes out. Well, of course we're spawning because of this card and we've got to go somewhere, and as you can see immediately, we're going to have to make a bit more space. So any questions, as always, you can find the description through in YouTube as well for links through to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook to join the discussion, obviously the podcast as well, and of course Patreon as well to support the channel. So Abandoned Town, we've floored out that, that's fine. If placed adjacent to a walker, do not spawn more walkers. Okay, so we can stop more walkers from spawning. Doesn't look great though. Surrounding it doesn't give us much, so we could choose to flip this card. So let's just show you how that works. I could flip it. We have a leader, so a leader loses their leadership, not very good. This one isn't very good either, but it's fine. It's still gonna be overrun currently, but it's still tricky. As you can see, it's a tricky decision to make. Could try and bring out another card to try and cancel this guy out. Again, I don't want it to be overrun. It's pretty painful, so I think I might do that for now. And I'm going to keep going until we kind of fill up the image obviously on the screen. So here we go, we've got Alexandria, leaders do not battle each other here. So that's good, because if I put up here, it means that in this instance, they do not battle, they do not cancel each other out, and they're still going to get me some more points. So I'm just going to do a couple more cards and then show you how scoring would work. As you see, nearly finished the deck, not quite, but I need to flip a card, and I've got to bring out a walker. It's kind of got to go here. If there's no legal spot, it's got to go somewhere else. So I think I've done that so far correctly. So there we go, that can go out there. Next card. Right, we have Survivor Camp. If there's no leaders here, promote a survivor to a leader. There's no, we kind of want to bring out a thing though. Here we go. No leaders here, let's do that. But of course, we are going to have to bring out another card. In this case, it's got to go there. We bring out another card. And this one is police station. Any human on the right edge becomes a walker, hence the red line. But that is not a good place to put it. That isn't, still pretty bad, as you can see. But that's not good, because we're going to make ourselves lose this. I don't know. For now, I'll put it here. I don't think that's a good idea. In fact, you know what? Let's just flip it again. And we've got a leader. So we might want a leader over here. No, we can't put it there. Leaders do not battle each other. So that's a good spot. And then we've got this one, County Road. So we don't really stick it in there because we've got loads of walkers. Let's flip it over. We no leaders here. That's fine. -3 points overrun. So now it's still overrun. Oh no, it's cancelled each other out. So it's not overrun. We're not losing points. We're going to gain 1 point, but again, that's all we're gaining. So at the end of the game, you will lose yourself a point per X. So we'll go through each location, but at the minute, we can still place another thing out. So that could go out here. Doesn't help me, because I'm going to lose 3 points, +1. Well, they're going to cancel each other out. So I'm going to lose 2 points, +1 point. Not very good. Could put this out here. Not very good. Could go higher up. So in this case, I know it's not fully in shots. I am still going to get myself a point over here, but then I need to flip a card, which maybe I want to do. And it's going to come out here, which has got some X's on it, which I know you can't fully see. And yeah, let's see if we can play this one. Well, again, gasoline doesn't sound good, so we could flip it. Again, for locations, maybe bring it down here. So it's not currently overrun because of 2 against 2. And that kind of kicks in too. We've got this card, which again, doesn't seem great. Could bring this in here and bring out a leader. And maybe I'll try and surround this card. So let's surround it. So down the bottom it is now surrounded, you can't fully see it. But as I said, I know I'm not fully in shot, but as you can see, I'm just about making that full. Okay, and the final card, let's just do that then in that case. I don't know, let's put it in here. Probably a terrible idea, could have flipped it and put something out, maybe put it here. And there's no more cards actually to place out in this case. So let's do some scoring and I'll tell you that what I think of the game. Over here, so let's start off in this direction. In this case, we're gonna get ourselves, they all cancel each other out. So there's actually gonna be no points here. If there's no leaders here, promote, yeah, so we have a leader. So it will be worth kind of an extra point, but they cancel each other out. This location gets us 1, 2, but because it's a leader, you get every other survivor gets your point. But unfortunately, 1, 2, 1, 2, they cancel each other out. Over here, we have cancel each other out. These kind of work with each other, I think. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 points, actually got a positive score at this point. 4, this is cancel each other out with 1 spare. Is it overrun? No. So we've got 4 points, 5 points, 6 points. And I don't know if I gave myself an extra point here. So that's 7 points because it's surrounded. So we get a bonus for this. That's 7 points, I think. And then over here we've got those cancel each other out. So we lose out by 1. So I think we're down by 1 point. So we lose an extra point because we have 3 against 2. So down to 6 points. Here it's surrounded. So it's 6, 9 points. And we lose 1 point, so it's 8 points, 9, 10, 11. I think I have 11 points. What do I think of the game? 8 out of 10. My average score is a 6.4 based on over 2,600 reviews. This particular game, it's like I said, it's very good, especially in a cooperative fashion. You can play this as a 2, discussing what to do, and people will have different thoughts about it. There are mercenary cards I'll talk about in another video, which will basically decimate all the walkers around you, which is great. In terms of gameplay, yeah, it only takes about 15 minutes. It says 20 on the box, or on obviously the wallet. I would say, yeah, 15 minutes is more like it. And with that expansion, it does add a little bit more time. I haven't found that to be a negative, but again, a full review will come in that next video. Apart from that, I would say check out my cooperative playlist, more stuff by ButtonShy as well. Also check out, I think I have a ButtonShy playlist. Also check out my solo playlist. Check out my AmassGames playlist. They had a setup, play and review playlist, the board game reviews playlist, amongst many others. More games from ButtonShy are on the way, another 4 or 5, so I'll be speaking to you about those next month at time of recording. And again, as what we talked about in the podcast too. I look forward to speaking to you guys out then. I look forward to seeing what kind of thumbs you want to give this one. And look forward to, again, bringing you more games. Thanks very much for watching. That's been The Walking Dead Surrounded. Finally playing a game designed by the owner of the company. I'm very quite into that kind of stuff. And for now, I look forward to speaking again soon. We have a score, by the way, I didn't tell you about. 0 to 10, this is the beginning of the end, but if you did better, you're just scraping by, you might just do this after all, and you're a born leader. Congratulations. I said the scenario book as well you can be playing with. I think I might have actually accidentally put this in this deck too. Here we go. So there's other scenarios you can do, such as trying to fulfill certain objectives, fuel up, for example, you have different levels of difficulty as well, surrounding 2 locations, etc. But there we go. That has been The Walking Dead Surrounded. Enjoy the game. Back to the table.